In a village in Fiji, an important conversation almost never starts right away. First, a group sits down together, cross-legged in a loose, unhurried circle. At the center sits a large wooden bowl, and inside it, a muddy, earthy-looking drink. This is Kava, and the ceremony surrounding it is one of the most important customs in Fiji. Before a meeting, a wedding, a welcome, or almost any significant gathering, Kava comes first.
It isn't treated as a beverage to grab quickly and move past.
It's treated as the ritual that makes the actual gathering possible in the first place.
So here's the real question. Why would a drink need to come before almost everything else?
The answer has everything to do with what Kava is actually believed to create between people. The drink itself is made from the root of a pepper plant, ground and mixed with water. It has a mild, earthy taste and a gentle, relaxing effect. Nothing intense or overwhelming. But the drink's effects were never really the main point of the whole ceremony. The ritual around it, careful, unhurried, and deeply respectful, is where the real meaning sits. A designated person prepares the kava, straining it carefully through a cloth into the bowl.
Everyone waits, in comfortable silence or quiet conversation, while the preparation unfolds slowly.
There's no rushing this part. Rushing it would defeat the entire purpose of the ritual. Once ready, the kava is served in a small cup, usually made from a hollowed coconut shell. It's offered first to the most senior or most honored person present in the circle. A single clap, sometimes a spoken word of respect, often precedes the very first sip. The cup is then passed in order to each person seated around the circle in turn. Nobody serves themselves first out of hurry or impatience. The order is quietly understood. That order itself carries real meaning, echoing rank, respect, and the shape of the community. A visitor being welcomed is usually offered kava early, a clear and generous sign of welcome. Declining that offer without real reason can be seen as a genuine, if unintentional, slight. Accepting it, even a small sip, signals warmly that you're entering the space with respect. The ceremony is called sevu-sevu when it specifically welcomes a guest into a community. Traditionally, a visitor brings a small bundle of kava root as their gift to the host village.
The chief or an appointed spokesperson accepts it formally on behalf of everyone present.
Only after that exchange is the visitor considered properly, fully welcomed into the space.
It's less a formality to get through and more a genuine, meaningful threshold to cross. Kava ceremonies also play a central role in major life events across Fijian communities. Weddings, chiefly installations, and important community decisions all traditionally begin with kava. In more formal settings, an experienced person specifically leads and directs the whole ceremony. They ensure every step, every gesture, every clap follows the deeply respected proper order. In everyday village life, kava sessions happen far more casually, almost every single evening. Neighbors gather, the bowl comes out, and conversation unfolds slowly over several unhurried hours.
These informal sessions are sometimes called grog sessions in casual, everyday conversation.
They function as a genuine social anchor, a predictable, welcoming space to simply be together.
News gets shared, problems get discussed. Nothing about the pace ever feels rushed or hurried.
The circle itself matters just as much as the drink sitting at its center.
Sitting together at the same level, facing one another, flattens rank in a specific, gentle way.
For the length of the ceremony, everyone shares the same bowl, the same unhurried rhythm. That shared rhythm builds a kind of trust that a quick, rushed conversation rarely manages. Fiji's wider identity is sometimes described through a simple, well-known phrase, the Bula spirit. Bula itself means life, and it's used as both a greeting and a genuine expression of welcome. It captures something real about how visitors are generally treated across the islands. Warmth offered immediately, generously, and without needing to be specifically earned first.
Kava ceremonies are one of the clearest, most tangible expressions of that same wider spirit.
Slow down, sit together, share the same bowl. Let trust build gradually, one round at a time. For visitors to Fiji today, participating in a kava ceremony is often a genuine highlight. Fiji's many islands each carry slightly different local variations on the same core ceremony. Some communities add extra songs or specific chants alongside the traditional clapping. Export of kava has grown into a genuine economic sector for several Pacific nations. Researchers studying kava's calming properties have drawn real scientific interest in recent years. That research remains ongoing, but Fijians rarely needed a study to know its value.
The ceremony has long been understood locally as medicine for a relationship, not just a body.
Fijian rugby teams, famous worldwide for their skill, often share kava before big matches. It's treated as a grounding ritual, settling nerves before real physical intensity begins. Diaspora Fijian communities abroad work hard to keep the ceremony alive far from home. A shipped bundle of kava root can carry an entire piece of home across an ocean. Younger Fijians raised overseas often learn the ceremony specifically to stay connected to family.
The circle, wherever it forms, still asks for exactly the same thing: patience and presence.
Many describe it as the moment they felt they'd actually been welcomed, not just hosted. The taste itself, mildly earthy and a little numbing on the tongue, is rarely the main memory.
What stays with most people is the pace, the quiet respect, and the sense of being included.
Modern Fijian life has changed considerably in plenty of visible ways over recent decades. Cities have grown, technology has arrived, daily rhythms look different than they once did. But kava ceremonies have remained remarkably steady through all of that ongoing change. Government meetings, business gatherings, and family occasions still often open with the ritual. It's treated less as an old custom kept alive out of habit and more as something essential. A shared pause that resets the room before anything important gets properly discussed. So step back and consider what this earthy drink and its careful ritual are really doing. It isn't really about the kava itself, however central the drink appears at first glance. It's about building a shared, unhurried rhythm before anything important gets decided or discussed. In a lot of modern life, meetings start cold, straight into business, straight into disagreement. Kava insists on something slower first. Sit together, share something, breathe the same air a while. Only then does the harder conversation actually begin on genuinely steadier, more trusting ground. There's something worth borrowing in that sequencing, even far from any Fijian village circle. You don't need a wooden bowl or a coconut cup to practice a version of this idea.
Just a willingness to slow down before the hard conversation, rather than diving straight in.
Share a meal first. Sit together without an agenda for a few unhurried minutes.
Let the relationship settle a little before asking it to carry something difficult.
That small pause, borrowed loosely from a much older tradition, tends to change the whole tone. Conversations started this way tend to land softer and tend to actually resolve better too.
Somewhere in Fiji this evening, a circle is quietly forming on a woven mat.
A wooden bowl is being filled, a cup passed slowly from one careful hand to the next. Nobody is rushing toward whatever comes after. The circle itself is the whole point for now. Bula, welcome. Sit down. There's no real hurry here, and there never really was.
The bowl will empty slowly, refilled again as the evening stretches comfortably onward.
Stories get told. Old friends catch up. New arrivals get folded gently into the circle. Nobody checks the time. Nobody seems to need to be anywhere else just yet. That, more than the taste of the drink itself, is really what people come back for. A place to sit unhurried among people who aren't rushing toward anything else either.
The circle will eventually close for the night, quietly, without any particular signal. But it will form again tomorrow, and the day after, the same patient rhythm continuing on.
One bowl, one circle, one unhurried rhythm, quietly holding a whole community together.